your brain is going to offer you lots of reasons why you should stay the same. And it's going to do it so much so that you're going to start to believe that this is just who I am. I'm someone who's lazy. I'm someone who doesn't get it done. I'm someone who procrastinates. And I just want you to remember that your job in this equation is to simply just be aware of the tricks that your brain is going to play on you to discourage you from doing the things that you want to do. And that is what this video is about today. Hello and welcome back. My name is Judita and I am your mindset coach and your dream life advocate. On this channel, we talk about your fears, your goals, your insecurities, your comfort zone, just anything that is affecting you when you are creating your dream life, because I'm trying to do the same thing. So trust me when I say that I get it. I've been where you are, so trust me. Okay, I know. Today, like I already said, we're going to talk about the tricks that your brain is going to play on you to discourage you from doing the things that you want to do. The first thing that I think is important that helps me is to understand the brain's primary function. When you understand your brain's primary function, then it becomes easier for you to understand, like, oh, okay, what's happening right now is anxiety because my brain is turning on the survival mode. And when the survival mode is turned on, my logical brain is turned off, right? I cannot hear it. For me, it just helps when I feel my body going into different states, when I feel the worry, the doubts, the impatience, all of that can be explained through the brain. Like if you just understand what the brain's primary function is, then it won't hurt you or affect you as much when these things happen. And if you want to understand it a little bit more, I'll explain it a little bit more here. But if you want, you could also go forward if you want to just get to the next steps. We are operating with a brain that helped us survive years and years and years and years ago. This is the brain that our ancestors used to keep them alive. I want you to remember that, because essentially your brain does not understand the difference in threat level between I'm about to be $5 late on my rent and I'm actually like about to die, like my life is in danger. Like it treats it the same way. So your goals, your dreams, the things that you want to do, the things that require you to get uncomfortable, the things that require you to believe in it before you can see it, your brain sees that as a threat. Okay, because its primary function again is survival, it's safety. And there was a time where our ancestors, as soon as they stepped out of their caves or wherever they lived, their brain had to be on alert and it had to make decisions instantly. That's what helped them decide if I'm going to fight or am I going to flight. Your survival brain wants you to make a decision, and it wants you to make a decision now. It wants the problem solved right now. But here's the thing. Our problems, most of them can't be solved in a day. So that's how people end up with chronic stress, because your survival brain stays on longer than it's supposed to be. So your brain thinks that it is protecting you. When it's bringing the fears, the disappointments, the judgment, when it's bringing all those things to the front of your mind, it's thinking, this is how I'm going to protect her, right? Because then you get to think about, okay, is this risk worth it? And to your brain, there isn't a risk that is worth it, right? This is your brain, because on its own, your brain isn't very logical, but you have the ability to use it to think logically. It's like a computer. Like if you just look at a computer on its own, it can't do anything, right? You have to put in an order. You have to go to a website. You have to enter information. That is how your brain works. Like it's super smart. It's super useful. But if you don't program it correctly, if you don't give it instructions, if you don't feed it the data that it needs, then it's gonna run you. It's gonna make decisions that isn't smart, right? It's gonna make decisions that does not make sense logically, because all it's thinking is, I need to protect, I need to protect. And when you're in fear, when you're in doubt, when you're in insecurity, when you don't believe in yourself, what do? You're a couch potato. You do nothing, or you do the same thing. You stay at the job you don't like. You stay in the relationship that you don't like. You keep creating and recreating a life that you don't love, simply for the sake of safety. Okay, so that's what you need to understand about your brain. Now, how do we actually not let it discourage us? Well, the first thing is to understand everything that I just said. Once you understand what your brain is doing, then it's easy. Like for me, when I start to enter like my survival mode, I can feel it. I can feel the anxiety, right? When I'm like worried about the time that things are taking, worried about when I'm going to do this, when I'm going to do that, I feel it. And nowadays I'm getting better at it, but I'm getting better at like feeling it and then like telling myself, okay, I understand what's going on. Like I understand that my brain has just entered survival mode. I understand that as long as my brain is in survival mode, I do not have access to solutions, because you have two things. You have a survival brain, which is like your amygdala, the thing that controls your fear response. There's also, I want to say, your hypothalamus, which connects your emotions, um, to a physical response in your body and your limbic system. Like all of that is your fear brain, or your survival brain. And then you have an executive brain. That's your prefrontal cortex. It's the part of your brain that is making logical decisions. It's the part that is responsible for long-term decision making. It's called your executive brain. So when your survival brain is turned up, your executive brain is turned down, because your brain, what does it do? It prioritizes safety. Therefore, it prioritizes the part of your brain that is helping you be more safe. So that is your survival brain. So when that is turned up, you do not have access to infinite intelligence, because you're cutting yourself off, because you're worried, you're concerned. You're not allowing your brain to actually think of all the solutions that are available to you if you were to just return back to a calm state. Something that I heard my coach say a long time ago, and it's always stuck with me, is that when your emotions are high, your intelligence is low. Okay? When your emotions are high, your intelligence is low. So just remember that, because when you feel the anxiety, when you feel the fear, when you feel whatever it is, tell yourself, okay, when my emotions are high, my intelligence is low, so I should not make decisions from this state. What can I do to bring myself down? So that's how you start to not let your brain play those tricks on you. You observe it, you become aware of it, and you question it. What is this trying to tell me? What is my brain actually doing here? So that's the first thing. Understand how your brain works, understand the primary function, and then it'll be easier when you enter these states of survival mode, when you enter these states of fight or flight, when you're disappointed. Like I said, you can come back to, okay, I understand what my brain's primary function is, and I understand that this is protection. And now I need to move on from it because I am safe. All right. So that's the first thing. The second part of this is simple. You need to rewire your brain so that even when it offers you discouraging thoughts and beliefs, you don't believe it. And how you rewire your brain is through repeated behaviors and repeated thoughts. Okay. So if right now your repeated thoughts have been, I can't do this, this isn't going to work, everything is going to fall apart, people are going to see me trying, I'm going to fail. If those have been the thoughts that you've been repeating over and over and over, your brain has memorized it and has basically like saved this part of you as like, this is who I am and this is how I react in uncertain situations. And your job is to restructure that. You literally have to rewire it. And when you do that, you have to replace the original thought with a new thought that is in alignment with your goal. Okay? So it's no longer I can't do this. Now you have to change that to I can do this. I can try to do this. I have the opportunity to learn more so that I'm great at this. All it takes is your willingness to form a new thought. And every time that old thought tries to come back, you bring the new thought back up again and again and again. That is how you rewire your brain. It's through repetition. It's through consistency. It's through bringing your body back to safety. Like, I am okay. Okay. And then I also said that you have to repeat certain behaviors. That is also how you signal to your brain that I'm a new person and I'm chasing new goals. And even though I'm afraid, I'm going to do it anyways. So new behaviors could mean getting up a little earlier, moving your body, doing something for your mind, getting closer to God. All those new behaviors is going to indicate to your brain, I'm changing. And your brain is going to freak the fuck out. Okay. It's going to freak out. And your job again is to remember, I'm changing. My brain is just concerned about all the uncertainty. It doesn't understand who I'm becoming. I've never been this person before. You normalize that. Okay. That has been a superpower of mine. I have normalized all that doubt, all that uncertainty, all that fear, all that anxiety, so that when it happens to me, I'm not freaking out. I'm not losing it. I'm not believing it right away. I'm able to calm myself and convince myself, you are safe. Like, you're going to be okay. It's going to get done one day at a time. Okay, that is it, y'all. That is how you get your brain to stop discouraging you. That is how you get it to stop playing those tricks on you. You simply just have to play the game. You learn the game that your brain is playing, and then you play it too, and you play it better. Okay, so that is it for today's video. I hope this was helpful. Ladies, if you are interested in joining a community of women who are working towards rewiring their brain, rewiring their identity, and just becoming the person who takes consistent action on any goal, I am creating a community. It is called the REWIRE Society, and I would love to have you in there. Right now, I'm still building it. So what you can do in the meantime is you can get your name on the waitlist. So as soon as it is created, I can send you an email and then you can go ahead and join. I am going to leave the link in the description box, so go ahead and click it. Okay. I would love to have you there. All right. And drop a comment if this was helpful. Let me know what your favorite thing about this video was. And I will see you guys on the next one.